Assalamu alaikum, I'm Shanaz Mos from Happy Confident Me. Today's parenting tips are from the 1001 Critical Days, which I first learnt about in 2014. There was such an amazing talk by Professor Astrid Berg that it left such an impression on me. Up until today, I still remember things that resonated with me. And the first thing is that we should care about a baby's life from conception. So the 1001 days is from conception to about 2 years old, 24 months. There's the total. Because by this point, by the 1001 day, the brain has reached 80% of its adult weight. That's an amazing amount of growth that takes place, which means stimulating the brain. And children's brains are stimulated through play. The second thing I remember that from birth to 18 months, connections in the brain are created 1 million per second. So that's like exponential kind of learning and growth, but not enforcing them to learn through educational toys, but once again through play. The third thing is that a baby or fetus that's exposed to toxic stress through the mom in her pregnancy will affect their responses. Later in life, it'll be distorted to stress. So often we think that when we are pregnant, we don't need to stay away from certain harmful foods and substances and those things, but we don't factor in the emotional environment that moms are in. This is the stress that we're talking about that has a huge negative impact on baby's development. The fourth thing is that the social and emotional development of a baby is affected by the quality of the attachment relationship. So that relationship, how much face time, how much positive time, how much attention you give to the baby, plays a role in how they will show up in their adult lives, in relationships. How scary is that? And the last thing I remember was babies are disproportionately vulnerable to abuse and neglect. So babies cannot protect themselves. They need us. And sometimes, sometimes our children actually need protection from us, in that we are the harm that actually happens to them. So when you realize the power those 1001 days are, don't waste them. Don't wait for your child to be walking, talking, to engage with them. Engage from the moment you realize you're pregnant. Begin the conversations, stroke your belly, be loving, be affirming, be a positive influence from the first moment, and not when the baby comes out. From the first moment you have conceived, that you're aware of, start your positive, emotional, connecting relationship. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum.